Joining me now, Republican Florida Senator Rick Scott. Senator, always wonderful to see you. I want to start with this tweet from Mitch McConnell. He tweeted this: "First, Democrats spent us into inflation. Now they want to tax us into recession." Your thoughts on where we stand?
Well, first off, when Joe Biden got elected, inflation was 1.4%. CPI today is 8.6%. I got families all across my state saying, hey, I can't afford the gas, I can't afford the food. They're going to food banks, they're taking second jobs, they're delaying their retirement. That's what's going on. Now they're talking about spending more money, which will cause more inflation, and they want to tax you. So when you tax a business, as an example, what happens? Well, the business has to say, okay, well, will I raise my prices? How's that good for a consumer? Well, they're going to have fewer employees. How's that good for a consumer? Or if they have even less profits, how's that good for that business to be able to invest to grow their business? So there's nothing they're talking about that's good. And by the way, the so-called China bill has no accountability. There's no accountability in that bill. It's spending, I think it's close to $200+ billion. And, you know, there's a company like Intel Corporation, which made $20 billion last year. They're going to get $4 billion with no obligation to spend any of that money in the United States of America. That's not how we should be doing business up here.
Right. And to be clear, this is a skinny version of Build Back Better, which did not pass, right? It did not pass because of the state of the economic environment, the inflation, as you mentioned, more spending, only going to make that worse. And, you know, a trillion is still pretty significant. Having said that...
It's not skinny, Jackie.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I mean, it's when they say $1 trillion became skinny. I mean, these guys what they're talking about is spending $1 trillion and raising taxes on every income bracket in this country and killing our small businesses. This makes no sense at all.
And small business, to your point, is the backbone of the nation, if you will. And that's the middle class. Those are the people that President Biden said that he would protect. So that's not happening. But the other thing that I want to, bring up in this conversation as well is the last time we saw a similar sort of situation to this. You saw Paul Volcker. He raised the rates. He was trying to tame inflation that was out of control. You had a President, Ronald Reagan. He cut taxes to help the economy. This president wants to raise taxes. It doesn't make sense.
No, cut taxes, reduce regulation. We should be energy independent, buy American, fix the supply chain. That's how, if you want to get this economy going, that's what you ought to be doing. That's what I did as governor. I cut taxes and fees 100 times. I cut 20% of the regulations in Florida. We went from a state that lost 800,000 jobs in 4 years before I became governor in 2011 to adding 1.7 million jobs. Everybody is in better shape when you have jobs. It's simple.
Just want to ask you about a recent trip that you took to Asia as well, Senator. Tell us a little bit about it. You were trying to strengthen ties with our allies.
Absolutely. I went to South Korea. There I met with business leaders, elected leaders, and our military. I then went to Tokyo. Did the same thing there. Met with our Navy there, and then I went to Taiwan. What we've got to do is we got to continue to build our economic interest there, and we got to continue to build our national security interests there. These are countries, in the case of Taiwan, a democracy that's trying to make sure they're independent from communist China. Communist China. They want to dominate the world, especially that region.
Yeah, there's a lot to watch on the global stage. We are bracing for the president's trip to the Middle East this week. That's going to be center stage. But you're absolutely right. Can't forget about what's happening in Asia and cannot forget about China as well. Senator Scott, always good to see you, sir. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Bye, Jackie.
All right.